Hi, Center Point. That's Blue Ball Missions Pastor. Welcome to the podcast this week. And I've got a good friend of mine, Kurt Corcoran.
Hey, you said it right.
Yeah.
That's good.
Wicked Smart Kurt from Boston. It's good to have you.
Yeah.
We're just going to have an
Glad to be
informal
on.
conversation today about connect groups and missions. On the other side of the camera every time is Marty. And you don't get to see Marty, but she's working hard for Centerpoint. We always want to give her a shout out. But how you doing?
Doing good.
Yeah?
Doing good.
So we just had connect group training.
Yes, week 1. Week 2 is coming up this Sunday.
Okay. And just tell us a little bit about what you're thinking for connect groups this semester, what's on the horizon, what you're trying to do in your ministry. Just, I'm sure folks have heard it, but I want my folks to hear it too.
Yeah, absolutely. So Vince was able to be in the training this Sunday, and he's going to be in the training this Sunday
That's
too, right?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, get a little taste of missions in there now, and pushing our connect group leaders really to think locally throughout their connect groups. And so the focus on connect groups this fall is really solidifying our leaders and making sure that they're healthy. And we've done that we used to go 3 semesters in connect groups. We used to have a winter on-ramp, a summer on-ramp, and then a fall on-ramp. And what I've done is I've eliminated the summer on-ramp because people were moving, people were busy. There's sports schedules, there's vacation schedules, there's this person's gone this week. Summers are crazy.
Yep.
So I was like, hey, let's follow the school calendar and let's follow natural life rhythms that people are going through. So we went to 2 semesters. So now we have a winter on-ramp and a fall on-ramp. So an on-ramp that happens in August and then an on-ramp that happens in January. And we have trainings that coincide with that. And so I'm excited to get that information to our Connect Group leaders. Some of that got that this weekend, and then more will get that this following weekend. So it's just been exciting. We have a lot more interest. Feels like it's gaining traction. I think people are getting more plugged in as, Centerpoint, this building has been here now for, Marty, 3 years, 4 years? 3-ish years, going on 4 years, yeah.
3,
so yeah, the dust is settling per se, and now people are realizing, that hey, this is a church that they're going to hang their hat at, and they're going to be a part of, and so that's really cool, and to see, and just the young staff, it's been really cool.
That's good. So I've been out at Maxwell today. We had an event out there. I sweat like a pig out
hot?
there. Oh my gosh. I mean, it was overcast, but the humidity, it
yeah.
was crazy. But it was really good. And I'm telling you this because we had a lot of families stop by the Centerpoint booth. And they asked 2 things. One, they wanted to know about our next gen because they have kids. And then the next thing was connect groups. Yep. And it's really interesting because on the heart of these men and women that stopped by there, they saw the need, or in their past church life as they moved around in the military, they recognized the importance of being in a small group as part of an integral part of their discipleship as a disciple of Christ.
Yeah.
I thought that was awesome.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I didn't expect that today because I thought they would just be, but they
It's
zeroed in
rare.
like, what can you tell me about your small, they didn't know we call them connect groups, or your Sunday school, your connect groups or whatever. So what do you think about that?
I think it's rare, especially in today's culture, because it used to be very almost consumer mindset, which we're still in that a little bit in church culture. But you have the tide is turning per se when it comes to small groups and connect groups. I think people are becoming more aware of them and more open to them, realizing that there actually is life change and there actually is discipleship happening through there. And it's more organic and it's not forced. It's not, hey, you have to come to Sunday morning and then Sunday service, and if you miss out on Sunday morning, you miss out on it. But no, it's happening throughout the week. And that's what I love about our connect groups is, like, for a military family, they can actually meet people and they can actually do life with people and go over the sermon notes or go over Bible study and do life together and pray for one another. And if a kid, has to go get stitches, and another family can run over and, help the other family as they, all those different just life things that happen. There's a cohesive ministry family that just turns into action. And that's what's really beautiful.
There's one guy that came by, Lieutenant Colonel, and he's at the Command War College getting ready to be, I think, an officer. A commander, unit commander. And he says to me, I visited Centerpoint, I've heard about it. the size of the church intimidates me a little bit because he said we're introverts. He goes, but I really want to zero in on getting in a connect group because that's where we feel like we can make personal relationships with people.
Yeah.
And I just thought, man, that's awesome. I loved
Yeah.
it. It was great. Remind us again when On-Ramp is.
So On-Ramp is August 17th and then 24th.
Okay. So just right around the corner.
Yeah, we're coming up on it.
Less than a
and
month.
then and then technically all the connect groups will start and launch by September 7th. That's kind of the last deadline of where
We're not
they'll
gonna
all
wait
start
that
launching.
long.
Yeah, and that's what majority of the connect groups that are already ready to launch or even will start launching in August.
Candy and I are going to lead a connect group, and we've been in the Willis Connect group.
Yeah.
And that's been great. And that's what you want to see, right? Like
Yes.
you want to see one grow and then
Yep.
multiply and then
Yeah.
grow and multiply. So
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out the verbiage for that, like when a connect group has a kid, but that just sounds like weird,
well,
or
in church planning,
connect group
that's
babies.
old-timey
Yeah.
language. Like we call them the mother church.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I don't know. Willis's Connect group, they're the mother group, and I don't know. Anyway,
yeah,
that's awesome.
sending, maybe a sending group, like sending church.
That's right.
They're my sending group. I don't know, something. We'll have to figure that out. But yeah, no, when connect groups multiply, that's when you'll see me get the happiest in moments of those. I just had lunch yesterday with one of our connect group leaders and just getting to know him, and I've already found out that his group already multiplied another group, which is so cool.
Yeah.
And I make sure to celebrate that.
I can't speak for every other connect group later, but Candy and I, we're going to talk day one multiplication. Like the goal of this connect group is that we become 2, and then the 2 become 4, and then we just keep going. So yeah, that's great. So if you look in at the way a church staff is, you'll see a missions pastor, a connect group pastor, a youth pastor, middle school. And if you're not careful, you'll think all these groups are siloed, and that's not how it is here at Centerpoint. Like we all are symbiotic, really.
Yeah.
I mean, missions is my quote unquote specialty, and youth for connect groups, but all of our ministries touch each other. And what I'm excited about is as we've gone along, you and I both are new. We started pretty close.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we're about 6 months or so, 6-7 months. Keep me honest here, but I think over time, Kurt and I figured out that our ministries in particular, in some ways, are, they overlap quite a bit.
Absolutely.
I'm excited about that because I think, and I want to hear your thoughts on this. I think the people at Centerpoint that are in connect groups, that is the true backbone of our church.
Yes. Yeah.
That's not that the people who aren't in connect groups aren't part of our family, part of our church. We don't love them, but I will tell you this: in my former Baptist world, when COVID came and people couldn't go to church for an extended period of time, and then after that lifted, many of our churches ceased to exist.
Yeah.
And we did a study on it. We did a case study because that's what Baptists do. And we found out that the vast majority of the ones that didn't exist did not have a small group or connect group or, that kind of structure. And the ones that survived had a healthy one.
Yeah.
And what carried them through COVID was those connect groups met online in addition to the online stuff. And they called and checked on each other and dropped off meals on each other's porches. But then when it was time to come back to church, they came right back. They were resilient, and that was a stronger church. Do you think that?
Oh, yeah. No, I saw that even in the church that I was serving at the time. Be ever so true. And our small group ministry actually multiplied after that because people realized, hey, I need community.
Yeah.
Because it sounds great for the world to shut down. Like, oh, that'd be so cool. I don't have to talk to anybody. But then once it's a reality, and you're like, okay, I don't like this.
Yeah.
I need community. And people are built for community. I mean, that's the way that God hardwired us, to do life together, to serve together.
I love that.
So
I think it's great. Well, Candy and I are super excited to get ours going.
Yeah, I'm
We've
excited
already got
for you
3
guys
families, too. And it's just going to be an awesome time. So part of the strategy that you and I have talked about, we recognized early on, is that when it comes to missions, missional stuff applies to everybody that comes in our doors.
Yes.
That's a born-again believer.
Yep.
Everybody. But our primary, I'm going to use this term, the tip of the spear for Centerpoint with missions, I think, is going to be our connect groups.
Yes.
And what we're trying to do, Kurt and I, is encourage all the connect group leaders that you can work with the partners that we have, and I encourage that. But having said that, we want them to do what? We want them to find their own
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
their own connection points as they go throughout the community.
Yeah, and that's why I love that you voice that on Sunday, and make sure that you say that again this Sunday. But just about, hey, you know people that you can serve and throughout your avenues of life and work and
That's right.
connections, and don't look to us always for those connections. We'll help you and we'll facilitate things,
That's right.
you know, and help get things going. But don't always look for, oh, well, you've got to plan it. Well, no, if that's the case, then we're always going to be.
Because every believer is a missionary.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Everybody loves planning missions and talking about missions and dreaming about missions, but very few people like doing missions. Yeah. And that you can think locally, you can think globally, across the board, whatever you have in your mind. I believe that's true.
Yeah, I think so too. Even today at this event at Maxwell, I would say 95% of the people I talk to are believers who have been in a church in San Antonio or wherever they're coming from, and now they're looking for one here. But I want to share this with you. We had a gentleman come up to me, and he was from India, a pilot in their Air Force, a fighter pilot, and he'd seen the Centerpoint logo. And we had a great conversation. He's from Bangalore, and years ago, I had been on doing some mission work in Bangalore, so we talked about restaurants there and things like that. Broke the ice. It was great.
Oh, yeah.
And then he says to me, hey, I live near your church, me and my wife, and when I jog and stuff, I jog by Centerpoint. And he goes, I'm very fascinated by your church because I always see people there, and people are coming and going, and there's activity in the parking lot, and I always see children. And we made an agreement that he's going to come meet with me as a Hindu. And he was careful to tell me I'm Hindu. I'm not a Christian.
Yeah.
But he said, I want to come and find out more about what is going on in that church that is attracting so much activity.
Yeah.
And here I am, missions pastor.
Yeah.
It never occurred to me that going to the Air Force Base today that I might have a conversation with a Hindu man from India about Centerpoint and potentially, hopefully, the gospel in the future. We always have to be ready for that. And I think Pastor John addressed that well. I don't know if he came up with the phrasing or Shane, but the friend plan, friends, relatives, acquaintances, neighbors, right? Yeah. And so in our Connect groups, as you all go to work or school or whatever you're doing, if you're a student, when school starts back up, you're just going to have this orbit around you of people that you're going in and out of, that you go to class with, or you work with, or is in the cubicle next to you, or changes the oil in your car. All of those people always need to be on our radar.
Yes.
And I think that the one thing, you and I, neither one are from the South.
Mm-mm.
And one of the things I had to get used to in the South was how many people are familiar with church and church language.
Yes.
You don't get that in the North, the Northeast. You certainly didn't when we lived near Washington, D.C. I've been to Boston. You're not going to get it there.
No, not at all.
But you do here. And sometimes we're lulled into this sense, well, the vast majority of people around us are believers. But the truth is the vast majority are not, right?
Oh, yeah. No, I would totally agree with that. And they've bought into some foreign concept or some hallmark or, I don't know, the PBS version of Christianity it's compartmentalized.
Yeah.
You know, and it's not fully engaged faith.
Yeah, that's right.
It's a Sunday faith. It's a
which may or may not be a saving faith.
Yeah.
But we can't assume it is.
No.
And I think that we forget that. And I think sometimes here in the South, it's harder to be missional in some respects because so many people heard the name Jesus. They'll use phrases like the good Lord and, you know.
Yeah, the man upstairs.
The man upstairs, or, I go to church some.
Mm-hmm.
I've always been a Christian because my parents raised me in church, but they don't have that Romans 10:9-10.
Yep.
And I just think we have to be prayerful. We have to trust that the Lord's going to give us wisdom. So I just want to encourage you that. I'm glad Kurt came. I want to encourage you here. If you're not part of a Connect group and you're coming to Centerpoint, you are missing out on 80% of the good that this church can be for you in your walk with Christ, because the shining piece of everything we do is Connect groups.
Yeah.
It's even in Rob and Trevor's ministry and Hunter's and Jackie's and Trevor, Blaze's, mine. I mean, Connect groups is where it's at. So if you're not in a connect group, if someone's listening is not in a connect group, what would you tell them to do right now? Like, how can they get connected?
Yeah, well, number one, pray about it, because I believe, because a lot of people come to me and are looking for a very specific connect group, and you may not find that, and that's okay, but maybe pray about, hey, do I know anybody in a connect group, number one, and is there space in that connect group? Start there. Just like in missions, you don't always have to go to events, but I mean,
that's right.
You can pray, hey, am I aware of some, and even with connect groups, sure, there's clear on-ramps and there's clear, you can go to our website and you can look at our connect groups there. There's all those typical avenues that you would see, but I would also think even more organic in your mindset of approaching that, and figuring out, hey, this person's in a connect group, or maybe this person's not, and maybe you're praying about even starting one. I've had several come to me that they didn't find really what they're looking for, and they're like, hey, God really burdened us because we've been looking for something and we're waiting for something. We've realized that God's put it on our heart that we're the ones to start it. And so maybe that's the case too. But whatever it is, just find that community, and we'll help you find that community as long as it takes. You can go around and visit connect groups. A lot of our connect group leaders are so gracious to just allow people to pop in and visit, and if it's a good fit or not. It's not forceful. It's not like, oh, hey, you're assigned to this connect group and you have to stay there for 6 months even if you don't like it. And everybody plays cards and you hate cards. You got to find what fits for your family and what fits for you. So I would say that number one, pray about it.
It doesn't have to be a perfect fit, because in the connect group we've been a part of, most of the guys love golfing. I'm not a golfer at all.
Yeah,
but that they would go do golf, but I could still tag along. But that wasn't a hindrance to us connecting with these families.
Absolutely.
It doesn't have to be a perfect fit, but that's good. What else would you say?
I would say to those that are not in a connect group that that's your span of care. Like that's gonna be the people that do life with you and care for you. I mean, in a church of, we saw I think over 5,000 people in services Easter. On Easter. Yeah. And then you think of our core congregation is probably somewhere around 1,800 to 2,000, depending on. But weekly attendance of anywhere to 12 to 1,400. And so with that, you walk through those doors, hey, who are my people? Well, the people are those that are in your connect group. I was just talking to a guy today. He gets 8 bulletins every Sunday.
Wow.
And he sets them out where he knows his connect group people are going to be for them already. So they walk in and they just wave they're like, no, we've already got one. They go to their spots and they've already got their seats at the 8 o'clock. Older couple, but it was just funny because I was like, wow, like they have friends and they all go to the same service together. And he was telling me right after that service they go and have lunch together and stuff, and that's their rhythms. And so figuring out, hey, where you're at in your phase of life and stuff of that nature. So another thing with missions too, for the connect group leaders, and even if you're not,
that's where I was going.
Even if you're not a connect group leader, there is a calendar and serve days. We want you to be a part of a serve day, whether you're in a connect group, and especially if you are in a connect group, we want your connect group there serving. I've tried to eliminate any excuses and I wouldn't say excuses, but maybe hindrances is a better word. Roadblocks, right? Unforeseen circumstances by putting out a calendar a year in advance. This has got 2025 and 2026 in it, so you can plan. Planners rejoice. Last minute people just disregard the calendar and just keep on rolling with what you've been doing. But you'll be able to see all the serve days and be able to plan ahead. Like, hey guys, let's be a part of this. Hey, let's Fall Fest, Easter Fest, those community outreach and engagement events where you can serve. And me and Vince, we're partnering with you guys in those events and helping you have those avenues of maybe even local missions or on-campus missions.
That's right.
I guess is what you'd say. But,
that's right.
Yeah.
Last week, Marty was recording with me, and it was just me. And I talked to your connect group leaders, and I'm just going to reiterate this. I asked them to, when this upcoming semester, and I spoke to them as one of them since we're going to be connect group leaders, find your own local missions point, and then pray about it, become aware of it, pray, then care, then share, as we've been talking about. You don't have to come to my office to say, hey, can we go engage this elementary school, or can we go and pass out water in this neighborhood, or whatever it may be. But I do ask that you let me know, because it helps me understand the footprint of Centerpoint in our community. And as I started reaching out to some of the other Connect Group leaders, I found out that many of our Connect Groups, at least some of them, are doing stuff that we didn't even know about, like in the church office.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And they just, and I love that.
Yeah.
Because we're not trying to control anything or anything.
No, and we want to celebrate, and we can only celebrate
I want to
what
celebrate,
we know.
and if the church can help provide some resources, I mean, I don't have an unlimited budget, neither do you.
Yeah.
But if we can help provide some resources to help, or if you need me to vet an organization you're not sure about, but you think your Connect Group can maybe help out with, give me a call and I'll take that off your shoulders and I'll vet them for you and make sure that they're somebody that aligns with our church's beliefs.
Yeah.
Having said that, the school district, they're not going to align with our beliefs. They're a school district. They're a government entity.
Yep.
We can work with them all day long.
Yes.
But anyway, well, man, thanks for being here. I think I'm going to want to have you come back in the future.
Yeah.
When John was out on sabbatical and Kurt preached, he spoke on fear. That's a whole different type of subject. But man, that sermon he preached really impacted me, because in certain cases in my life, fear can be an issue for me. I think sometime, I want to have you back and unpack that a little bit, like where you came from in that sermon, and let you kind of unpack a little bit of that, if that's okay with you. So,
we can get real vulnerable and real raw.
Heck yeah, man.
Talk about the fear.
Fear's crazy.
It's everyday battle.
Yeah. Well, listen, thanks for being here. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
I think that's it. Marty's over there nodding off, going to sleep, so I think we better wrap this up.
Also, Vince is his nickname for me, or my nickname for Vince is and Dr. Cloutier loves this, the mobster who found Jesus. That's my nickname or tagline for you.
I will say the young pastors I worked with in Virginia and Arkansas called me the Godfather.
There you go. Yeah.
Don't ask me why. It's just business. Anyway, thanks, brother. So tune in for the next podcast. And I think on the next one, we're probably going to be talking to Deanne Penley from Welcome Millbrook.
That's awesome.
And we got some of our other local partners that are going to be coming from Montgomery Christian School and Beauty by Fire, the widow ministry that we support, and some others. So stay tuned. Listen to Kurt's podcast, which is
the Centered Leader Podcast. Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome. All right. Thanks, y'all. Go out and who's your one? Make sure that you pray for somebody and try to share Christ this week if you can. Thanks.